1-inch Yin Juxuan, how dare you come here alone? You really don't put the medicine pavilion in your eyes. A cold voice resounded in his ears. After that, the door of the secret chamber slowly opened. Jade Fairy, who was wearing a white dress, was as graceful as a speck of dust. Her pretty face was cold and her beautiful eyes were slightly narrowed. She looked at Yin Juxuan without any fear. Yin Juxuan gave Jade Fairy a cold glance. Suddenly, a trace of surprise climbed onto his brows and he said fiercely, "You have reached the Emperor cultivation?" Seeing Jade Fairy's cold smile, Yin Juxuan's scalp instantly turned numb. He endured the urge to scold her and gritted his teeth. He stared at Jade Fairy and said word by word, "Yin Juxuan, how is this possible? Previously, you were merely a monarch emperor. How could a white yang pill allow you to recover your strength so quickly?" Jade Fairy smiled when she heard this, but her eyes were filled with emotions. But it was unusually fierce, like winter ice. She looked coldly at Yin Juxuan. "You don't need to worry about this, Sect Master Yin. I would like to thank you. Due to the poison in my body, I have accumulated a lot of origin monarch cheese in my body. Now that the poison has been removed, my strength has been restored. Although I haven't reached my original strength, killing you, that's enough." Yin Juxuan's expression was as cold as ice. After hearing Jade Fairy's words, he immediately laughed out of extreme anger. "Kill me. With just you, you have recovered your strength. Could it be that our sect has been in the same position for the past 2 years? Me too. It's not too late for you to run now. Otherwise, this won't be the only thing left." Not far away, the Xiaoao suddenly spoke. It waved the long mace in its hand and chuckled. "Bastard thing. You can also take away our sect's spirit weapon." Yin Juxuan had completely erupted. His eyes were on the verge of spitting fire. He waved his hand, and an invisible force was applied to the long mace in the Xiaoao's hand. The long mace buzzed, and began to struggle violently as if it had a life of its own. It was about to break free from the restraints of the Xiaoao. "Be at ease." The long mace in his hand buzzed. The Xiaoao coldly snorted. Purple golden flames surged out from its palm and completely wrapped around the long mace. As the purple golden flames circled around it, it seemed to be able to hear miserable dragon roars. Yin Juxuan's expression also became increasingly ugly. "Come back." Yin Juxuan clenched his teeth tightly and his hair danced in the air. A red light suddenly appeared in his eyes as a cold aura surged on both of his hands. In an instant, the miserable howl of the Yin dragon weakened. In the hands of the Xiaoao, the long mace, which had already calmed down a little, began to tremble once again. "You still want to take back the thing that has fallen into my hands?" The Xiaoao was also enraged. It roared loudly, and its small face was solemn. At the same time, its red hair was raised, and a purple gold light appeared on its forehead. In an instant, it shone into the mace in its hand. Hearing the furious roar of the Xiaoao, Xiao Yan was stunned for a moment. Then, he secretly sighed. Who did this guy learn these words from? The Xiaoao, which was as pure as a piece of white paper at the beginning, had now become like this. Roar! The instant the purple golden light shot out, the long mace let out a dragon's roar, as if it was trying its best to block the invasion of the purple golden light. "I'm so angry." The Xiaoao puffed up its face in anger. Suddenly, a bright red light shot out from its eyes. In the next moment, under everyone's shocked gaze, a red fire dragon flew out from the top of its head. As if it was a fantasy, the fire dragon disappeared in the next moment and entered the mace. When the fire dragon entered, the mace instantly calmed down. In the next moment, a miserable dragon roar was heard. Endless yin qi spread out and dissipated one after another. The instant the yin qi spread out, Yin Juxuan's face turned pale. He spat out a mouthful of black blood, and his qi immediately weakened. "Ha ha! Now it's mine." The Xiaoao gasped for breath, and wiped the sweat off his forehead. He fondled the mace in his hand admiringly, and his eyes were filled with joy. Jade Fairy's beautiful eyes looked at the Xiaoao in surprise. This little guy looked to be only 11 or 12 years old, but his strength was actually so strong that he could actually snatch Yin Juxuan's spirit weapon. Then, he looked at Xiao Yan who was standing beside him. When he saw that Xiao Yan's expression didn't change, he immediately furrowed his brows. Yin Juxuan's heart was bleeding at this moment. Golden Cauldron Blood Flame Mace. Although it wasn't a heavenly weapon, it was much stronger than an ordinary high-grade spirit weapon. It had followed him for several decades, but today, it was seized by this unknown guy, completely wiping out the connection between him and the Golden Cauldron Bloodfire Mace. Yin Juxuan, I don't want to kill you yet. Get lost. Jade Fairy naturally wouldn't let go of this opportunity. With light steps, she arrived in front of Yin Juxuan. She gave him a cold glance and said in a cold voice. Yin Juxuan's eyes were red, but he knew that with his current condition, he wouldn't be able to defeat Jade Fairy and that guy called Xiao Ao. Staring at Jade Fairy, the corner of Yin Juxuan's mouth revealed an incomparably ferocious smile. After that, he looked at the Xiao Ao and coldly harumphed. Without any hesitation, his body flashed and rushed out. Xiaoyan hurriedly looked at the Xiao Ao when he saw Yin Juxuan leave. The latter had used some unknown method to forcefully snatch Yin Juxuan's spirit weapon. At this moment, he appeared to be in a miserable state. I'm fine, I'm just a little sleepy. The Xiao Ao waved its hand. It took out a fragment of the eggshell from somewhere and started to eat it. At the same time, it looked at the long mace in its hand with joy in its eyes. It's Yin Juxuan's Golden Cauldron Blood Flame Mace. I heard that it has surpassed a high-grade spirit weapon. It can be considered the most powerful spirit weapon in this region. I didn't expect that it would be snatched away by you on the spot. Jade Fairy walked forward and took a deep look at the Xiao Ao. After that, she cast a puzzled look at Xiaoyan. While Xiaoyan was thinking about how to explain it, the Xiao Ao did not hide anything from him. It told him everything that happened in Xiaoyan's body. Even Jade Fairy was shocked when she heard it. By the way, Pavilion Master you have recovered. Xiaoyan hurriedly changed the topic and looked at Jade Fairy. The latter's face was much redder than before. The charm on her body seemed to be even stronger. As she walked, a fragrant wind blew, making people reluctant to part with her. Jade Fairy smiled and nodded. It's all thanks to you. You have recovered. After a few more days of recuperation, you should be able to recover to your original strength. Xiaoyan heard her words. It's just, Jade Fairy's talent was indeed formidable. In such a short period of time, she was able to recover to her peak strength. Turning around to help Yun up, Jade Fairy lightly nodded her head at Xiaoyan and said, You can stay here for the next few days. Although there is Brother Xiao Ao here, Yin Juxuan will not let this matter rest. He will definitely not dare to come here again. When I have recovered my strength, I will go and collect the last heavenly core for you. After listening to Jade Fairy's words, Xiaoyan nodded his head. The hatred of an Emperor Cultivation Warrior wasn't something he could deal with right now. After Jade Fairy and Yun left, Xiaoyan looked at the Xiao Ao. The latter held the Gold Cauldron Blood Flame Mace and was fondly fondling it. The Xiao Ao laughed when it saw Xiaoyan looking at it. Finally, I have found a weapon suitable for me. That ruler of yours is so ugly. It is not pretty at all. When Xiaoyan heard this, his head was full of black lines, and he had nothing to say. The quality of this thing is pretty good. After I use my natal spirit fire to nourish it for a period of time, it should be able to reach the level of a heavenly weapon. The Xiao Ao laughed. The purple golden flame in its hand flashed and appeared. It wrapped around the Gold Cauldron Blood Flame Mace and disappeared. And the name of the Golden Cauldron Blood Flame Rapier, it's too hard to hear. In the future, it will be called. The Xiao Ao pondered for a moment. Then, his eyes lit up, and he said happily, it will be called the Ao Long Sword. Quote, 5 For the next few days, Xiaoyan would focus on his cultivation. After Jade Fairy recovered her strength, the people in Medicine Pavilion who knew about the situation became extremely excited. With Jade Fairy's permission, the medicinal ingredients that Xiaoyan needed were continuously supplied. In just a few days, Xiaoyan's strength had already reached the peak of 5 Monarch Spirit. He was only a step away from advancing to the 6th Monarch Spirit. At the same time, Xiaoyan had completely integrated the Sky Spill Fist and the Heavenly Fist. The two fists combined into a single fist, and it had the power of a high-grade Monarch spell. The second style of the White Tiger arts, the White Tiger Sky Shattering Strike, had also made significant progress. In these few days, Xiaoyan's strength had finally improved significantly. In this kind of tireless training, 4 days had passed in a flash. On the 5th day, Jade Fairy finally opened the tightly shut secret chamber. Her entire person seemed to be brimming with energy. Clearly, her strength had recovered completely. There are 4 middle-grade heavenly cores inside, and the only one missing is a gold-type heavenly core. Within the Yin Scroll, the few secret arts that I know are also among them. If you want to cultivate, you can give it a try. It doesn't matter if you don't want to cultivate, just treat it as a gift for you. After handing a jade box to Xiao Yan, Jade Fairy stretched her body, and the elegant curve made one's heart tremble. Xiao Yan's eyes swept across Jade Fairy's sexy figure, and his heart was in a mess. He touched his nose, and after he woke up, he took the jade box from the former's hand. Let's go. I haven't tried the strength of an emperor cultivation for nearly a year. I have to kill a heavenly beast to practice. Jade Fairy looked at Xiao Yan with her beautiful eyes. Her ethereal voice resounded in her ears. After that, she twisted her slender waist and left. The corner of Xiao Yan's mouth slightly twitched. Killing a heavenly beast to practice. These emperor cultivation warriors were indeed willful. Outside the medicine pavilion, it was only early in the morning, and there were few pedestrians on the streets. At this moment, Jade Fairy was wearing a white tight suit, and her white robe outlined her perfect body, making her look valiant and valiant. According to the herbalist, there is a middle-rank heavenly beast in the canyon deep inside the star-severing mountain range. This trip just so happens to be to get its heavenly core. Jade Fairy smiled faintly when Xiao Yan came out. Immediately, her delicate body moved and she charged forward. Xiao Yan did not dare to delay and followed closely behind. On the medicine pavilion, Yun and the other girls stood on the pavilion platform and watched Jade Fairy and Xiao Yan leave. They could not help but tear up. Just yesterday, Jade Fairy had already explained to them that she had entrusted the medicine pavilion to them. This time, she had left the profound Yin castle. When she returned, it was unknown when. We have wasted too much time here. There are some things that we have to settle. This was the last words Jade Fairy said before she left. The few girls felt grief in their hearts, but no one stopped them. They only knew a rough idea of Jade Fairy's background. From the occasional words of the former, they could tell that it was similar to the relationship between the families. Jade Fairy's speed was extremely fast. Xiao Yan used all his strength to catch up. Jade Fairy, who was running in front, did not turn her head from beginning to end. However, her eyes were already filled with tears. Jade Fairy and that fellow have left Medicine Pavilion? It was not even an hour after the two of them left Medicine Pavilion when Yin Juxuan received the news. Immediately, his expression was dark and ruthless as anger jumped in his eyes. Are you sure it's just the two of them? Not a single red-haired boy followed them? Yin Juxuan's heart ached when he thought of his golden cauldron blood flame mace. His gaze swept across the disciples kneeling in front of him like a sharp sword, and he said in a cold voice. Disciple is sure that there is no third person following us. This disciple swore confidently. With the strength of an emperor and the special cultivation technique he cultivated, unless one was an emperor cultivation level warrior, he would be able to sense a strange fluctuation even if it was the monarch emperor level expert. All right, you can leave now. He waved his hand and waited for the former to leave. Yin Juxuan's gloomy expression instantly turned ferocious. It's fine as long as you stay in Medicine Pavilion. Why are you running outside? You all are courting death. You can't blame us for that. Yin Juxuan's expression was cold. His brows slightly twitched as he looked to the side. At this moment, a mass of dark gray chi slowly appeared on the originally empty chair. In the next moment, a black-robed man appeared and sat calmly on the chair. Yin Juxuan's face was expressionless as he coldly said, "You should be able to grasp Jade Fairy's whereabouts." When the black-robed man heard this, he gently smiled and said in a hoarse voice, "Sect Master Yin, don't worry. When you went to Medicine Pavilion that day, although you lost a spirit weapon, it also allowed me to grasp their whereabouts. Now, everything about them is under my control." Yin Juxuan nodded his head with an ugly expression. After that, he stared at the man in black with a cold gaze. You better behave yourself. With your puny strength, our sect can crush you with a single finger. This time, go and listen to our orders. Hearing this, the black-robed man lowered his head slightly. His voice was hoarse, and no emotions could be heard. Sect Master Yin, you worry too much. This time, we will definitely follow Sect Master Yin's lead. Yin Juxuan let out a cold snort and said slowly. According to our intel, the heavenly beast in the Broken Star Canyon is about to evolve. After it evolves, it will become a high-level Emperor Cultivation level heavenly beast. These few days, in order to store the energy needed for evolution, it must have fallen into a dormant state, and its strength has also dropped drastically. Oh, let's go there first. You control it, then go and kill Jade Fairy and Xiao Yan. After listening to Yin Zhuxuan's arrangements, the black-robed person did not speak. He only stood up and bowed slightly towards the former. The expression under the black robe was quite strange. You go out first. I also need to deal with those old fellows in the sect. After saying that, Yin Zhuxuan walked out of the door. The black-robed person straightened his body. His blood-red eyes flickered slightly through the black robe before disappearing. The last time I heard about that heavenly beast was 2 months ago. A herbalist came back and said that there were fewer spirit beasts in the valley. It must be because that heavenly beast was on the verge of evolving and was about to advance to a high-level heavenly beast. The aura it released caused the weak spirit beast to not dare show up. Jade Fairy introduced the heavenly beast to Xiao Yan as she hurried. When the heavenly beast evolves, it will be at its weakest. If we go now, we might be able to easily obtain its heavenly core. Xiao Yan gently nodded his head when he heard this. A trace of joy flashed across his heart. It would be best if he could successfully obtain the last heavenly core. You must be careful. I estimate that Yin Zhuxuan will definitely come. However, there is no need to worry. If he dares to come, the Star-Cutting Canyon will be his burial ground. At this point, Jade Fairy's eyes turned cold. She wanted to let Yin Zhuxuan try the pain she had endured over the past year. All right, Xiao Yan nodded slightly. Even he could tell that Jade Fairy's strength was almost the same as his when Yin Zhuxuan launched the sneak attack. She had recovered to her peak condition in the past few days. If Yin Zhuxuan really dared to come, with Jade Fairy and the Xiaoao working together, he would not be able to return alive. Although Yin Zhuxuan was Yin Kang's father, their personalities were completely different. Compared to Yin Kang, their personalities were completely different. Yin Zhuxuan was an ambitious and ruthless man. His means were vicious, causing people to hate him. Let that bastard have a taste of the suffering I've suffered over the past year. Jade Fairy smiled lightly, her smile was filled with killing intent. 2 Interstellar Canyon, from Profound Yin Castle. It was the largest canyon in the Star-Severing mountain range, and it was located between 2 mountain ranges. According to the rumors, in the world-shaking battle 1,000,000 years ago, there were 2 mighty figures with immeasurable strength fighting here, cutting off a dragon vein and forming the current canyon. In the depths of the valley was a bottomless abyss. It was like a sinkhole. According to the rumors, it had been pierced through by a sacred artifact, and that sacred artifact had vanished without a trace. There was a rumor that a sacred artifact was buried at the bottom of the abyss. Over the past 1,000,000 years, people had been rushing like a flock of ducks, heading into the abyss in an attempt to find clues. However, it was merely adding some nourishment to the abyss, and those who had luckily survived. They were also suffering from strange diseases and soon passed away. This kind of strange thing attracted the attention of many experts. Until 10,000 years ago, in a big sect in the star field. They gathered all their strength and headed towards the abyss, wanting to find the lost sacred artifact. In the sect, there were dozens of emperor cultivation warriors, and the sect chief had even reached the monarch cultivation. The number of monarch emperor and emperor-level disciples under his command was innumerable. This time, the lineup had shocked the entire star domain. Even the major powers in the forest domain and middle domain had their eyes fixed on this place. Such a lineup could be considered a huge force even in the mysterious and unpredictable sacred heaven realm, let alone the star domain. The whole sect had gone to the abyss to search for the traces of the sacred weapon, which had attracted the anticipation of all the forces. A few days later, the news that came from the abyss had shocked all the forces. They were completely wiped out. Not a single one of them came out alive. Whether it was monarch cultivation or emperor alike, everyone who entered the abyss was buried there. When the people who were paying attention outside the Star-Severing Valley talked about this matter, all of their hearts trembled. Everyone from that sect entered the abyss. In less than a day, they saw from afar that at the end of their line of sight, spiritual light soared into the sky, and the air shook the entire universe. The heaven and earth seemed to tremble because of it, and the pillar of light that shot into the sky pierced through the sky, causing thunder to roar in all directions. In the midst of the spiritual light filling the sky, among the observing crowd, some powerful people vaguely saw a nearly transparent giant hand stretch out, and it was enough to cover the sky and cover the earth. The giant hand was raised high up, and then it smashed down. The heaven and earth seemed to have been blasted open, and following that, the spiritual light was extinguished, and the heaven and earth returned to being clear again. The destruction happened in an instant. No one knew what had happened in the abyss, and no one knew what the giant hand was. However, since then, no one dared to go to the abyss anymore. Because of this, the abyss was listed as one of the forbidden areas by all the powers in the star field. It wasn't until 100 years later that everyone's attention was attracted by the news of a supreme saint falling in the forest domain, and they stopped thinking about the abyss. When Xiao Yan heard Jade Fairy say this, he couldn't help but become silent. The supreme saint mentioned by the latter must be Elder Yi. Don't worry, the place we are going to is still far away from that abyss. At most, it is the outer region. Xiao Yan remained silent. Jade Fairy pursed her lips into a smile and said in a clear voice. Xiao Yan nodded his head, then sighed in his heart. The origin of the abyss was actually like this. It could make countless experts fear it, and it was worthy of the name of the forbidden area. With their speed, after nearly a day, they finally arrived at the location of the Duanxing Canyon on the morning of the second day. Around the canyon was the vast desert. The mountain range in front of them was majestic, like a giant dragon crawling on the ground. If one looked down from the sky, one could clearly see that a giant dragon had been cut in half at the waist, and the canyon was pitch black, like the blood of a giant dragon, mysterious and unfathomable. Let's go. The Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast is currently hibernating, and its strength has been greatly reduced. It shouldn't be difficult to deal with it. As an alchemist, Jade Fairy's soul force was naturally much stronger than Xiao Yan's. After standing outside the canyon and feeling for a while, her beautiful eyes opened. Joy flowed across her pretty face as she said with a smile. Xiao Yan was also quite excited in his heart. With the help of Jade Fairy, he had easily obtained 10 million monarch crystals. The best honor of the prefecture had been obtained a few months ago. Now, as long as he could obtain this metal-type heavenly core, the holy rank trial could be said to have been completed smoothly. After that, he could focus all of his attention on the journey. After leaving the star-severing mountain range, he would arrive at the Myriad Spirit Prefecture. After passing through the Myriad Spirit Prefecture, he would be not far from the Yunluo Academy. Looking at Jade Fairy's exquisite back view, Xiao Yan could not help but think of Xuan Er and Kai Lin. He took a deep breath and suppressed the longing in his heart as he hurriedly followed. The Earth Fire Profound Crystal Beast should have the strength of the middle-rank Heavenly Beast. With my ability, I still need to put in all my effort to control it. At that time, I will need Sect Master Yin to temporarily stop Jade Fairy and Kai Lin. After Jade Fairy and Xiao Yan left for about a moment, Yin Juxuan and the black-robed man also flew over. Behind the black-robed man, there was a dense black chi that spread out a pair of black wings. Although he did not have the strength of a monarch emperor, he was still able to fly in the sky. At this moment, he looked into the depths of the canyon. The black-robed man looked at Yin Juxuan and cupped his hands. Yin Juxuan's face twitched when he heard this. Then, a trace of gloominess flashed across his face. He said in a cold voice, "We will give you 2 minutes. If it still doesn't work, don't blame us for being heartless." Jade Fairy's strength must have recovered to its peak. With his current strength, if he still had the Golden Cauldron Blood Flame Rapier, he might be able to deal with her for a while. But now that the Golden Cauldron Blood Flame Rapier had been taken away by that red-haired kid, Yin Juxuan had lost all confidence. He. 2 minutes is enough. The black-robed man let out a strange laugh and made a promise to Yin Juxuan. HMPH. Yin Juxuan let out a cold snort. His body moved and shot into the canyon. If this fellow was not successfully controlled in 2 minutes, he had no choice but to run. As for the life and death of this guy, it had nothing to do with him. Seeing Yin Juxuan leave, a red light flashed in the eyes of the black-robed man. With a sinister smile, he followed closely behind. Roar! In the calm canyon, a roar that shook the sky suddenly sounded. The clouds in the sky seemed to be torn apart. In the depths of the canyon, Jade Fairy and Xiao Yan were standing on a precipitous mountain peak. In front of the two of them, a scarlet golden giant beast was staring at the two of them like a tiger eyeing its prey. In its blood-red eyes, there was a murderous aura. The chi that filled the sky spread out, causing the surrounding mountain rocks to quietly shatter. The giant beast looked like a wolf or a tiger. It had a ferocious appearance, and its sharp claws were flashing with a frightening white light. Its entire body was covered with dense spikes, and its strong limbs were filled with explosive strength. Its tiger-like tail swung across the air, causing the air to explode. "How dare you disturb this emperor's sleep? How dare you?" As the king of this place, the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast released a heavy pressure, causing the surrounding area to become silent. Its blood-red eyes stared at Jade Fairy and Xiao Yan, and its fury soared to the sky. He hasn't evolved to the Emperor cultivation level yet. It's still too early for him to call himself an emperor at this time. Jade Fairy was not afraid at all. She looked at the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast indifferently and said in a clear and cold voice, "A few years ago, I was targeted by you when I came here. After a big battle with you, I was seriously injured and entered the Profound Yin Castle. I was schemed by Yin Juxuan and got my way. Now, killing you can be considered as revenge." Xiao Yan also came to a realization when he heard this. No wonder Jade Fairy was poisoned by Yin Juxuan with her strength. It turned out that the latter took advantage of the opportunity to kill her after she was seriously injured. The Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast had clearly forgotten about Jade Fairy. It let out a low roar and its voice was filled with anger. "I want to hibernate and do not wish to lower myself to your level. Quickly leave and I will spare your lives." Jade Fairy faintly smiled, but her face was incomparably cold. Her red lips parted and softly spat out a word, "Kill." After she finished speaking, she turned into a beautiful figure and rushed explosively towards the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast. The aura that erupted from her body was like an explosive thunder, causing the latter to be slightly startled. Immediately, her eyes turned red as she roared repeatedly. "So it's an Emperor cultivation level. No wonder you have such guts. If you dare to provoke King, even an Emperor cultivation will obediently die." An ear-splitting roar resounded in his ears. In the next moment, the man and the beast had already collided. It was as if thunder had struck the ground. Sand and dust filled the sky, and the mountain rocks were destroyed. Boom! The moment the man and the beast came into contact, a powerful force suddenly erupted. The mountain rocks were sent flying, and a huge crack had already appeared where the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast was originally standing. Xiao Yan's body flickered, and he dodged all the flying mountain rocks. His eyes revealed shock as he watched the man and the beast that were engaged in an intense battle. Jade Fairy's body was like a swallow, nimbly dodging the fierce attack of the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast. At the same time, she thrust out the jade sword in her hand. It seemed to pierce through the space and hit the latter's body. Even though it was made of steel, there were traces of blood on it. Swoosh! The Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast roared and soared into the sky. Although its body was huge, it was still unusually agile. Its steel-like tail whipped through the air, causing the air to flutter. It pointed straight at Jade Fairy. Wang! The tail whipped over like lightning, but Jade Fairy's expression did not change. The origin monarch chi in her body surged wildly, and energy flowed out like flowing water. Her jade-like hand waved the long sword, firmly blocking the incoming iron tail. It caused a buzzing sound. The Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast roared furiously, and both of its eyes turned red. In order to deal with the impending evolution, most of its energy had dissipated. Now, facing an Emperor cultivation human, it actually did not make any progress even after half a day. Jade Fairy had also discovered this situation. The smile on her pretty face became even brighter. She gently tapped her jade sword and pulled out a few sword flowers. The spiritual light on the sword turned and rushed towards the Monarch Fire Mystic Crystal Beast. Boom! The moment Jade Fairy rushed forward, the black fog that filled the sky suddenly spread out and turned into a huge black dragon, blocking Jade Fairy's path forward. At the same time, countless blood-red chains pierced through the space and shot out, wrapping around the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast. The Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast was slightly stunned. The blood-red chains had already wrapped around it. They wrapped around the former in a lightning-like manner. The Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast's limbs, body, and head were all locked. At the instant it was locked, an endless amount of black chi surged out from the blood-red chains. In an instant, it wrapped around the Earth-Fire Profound Crystal Beast's enormous body. Oh woo! The earth fire profound crystal beast roared with all its might. Spiritual light flowed on its body. A strange light erupted from the scarlet gold pattern, attempting to break free from the shackles of the chain. Who is it? Jade Fairy's attack was blocked. Her phoenix eyes opened wide and she coldly shouted. In the next moment, an endless coldness climbed onto her face. Yin Juxuan. These 3 words came out of Jade Fairy's mouth at the end. The deep-rooted hatred seemed to have accumulated to the peak and exploded at this moment. Xiao Yan's expression was solemn. He swallowed a medicine pill in his mouth. The monarch flame in his eyes flickered as he clearly looked at the sky. A middle-aged man wearing a black python robe appeared in front of Jade Fairy with a smile on his face. It really is him, Xiao Yan sneered in his heart. Jade Fairy's prediction was indeed right. This fellow could no longer hold himself back and wanted to kill him to silence her. Xiao Yan shifted his gaze away from Yin Juxuan and followed the source of the blood-red chains. He looked at the sky not far away. There, a black-robed man was standing in the air. The black wings on his back were flapping. Black chi was lingering around his body, making him look like a devil that had climbed out of hell. When he saw the black-robed man's appearance, Xiao Yan frowned. He felt like he had seen this kind of feeling somewhere before. The earth fire profound crystal beast, which was wrapped by the blood-red chains, let out a furious roar in the sky. Its huge body shook and the mountain peaks shattered with a loud bang. However, the blood-red chains seemed to possess a strange strength that completely suppressed its strength. You are really bold. How dare you come here alone? Have you forgotten that when I was seriously injured back then, you were unable to fight back at all? Jade Fairy's expression was cold. She withdrew her sword and casually looked at the black-robed man in the distance. At this moment, even if Yin Juxuan had mastered the great Yin spirit arts, he was still no match for her. This was the trust she had in her own strength. Yin Juxuan's expression changed when he heard this. His face turned slightly green, but he immediately recovered and laughed. The powerful origin monarch chi suddenly exploded, covering his entire body. Oh, you have broken through to 200 Emperor cultivation. I was wondering why you are so arrogant. Jade Fairy had never given Yin Juxuan a good look since the beginning. When she sensed Yin Juxuan's strength, she couldn't help but tease him. It's not just strength that has increased. Yin Juxuan sneered. He waved his sleeve, causing it to flutter. When Jade Fairy and Yin Juxuan were fighting each other, the uneasiness in Xiao Yan's heart became stronger and stronger. In the sky, the earth fire profound crystal beast struggle became weaker and weaker. Its roar also gradually became low. After that, on its huge body, there were several black stripes that could be seen by the naked eye. Woo! The earth fire profound crystal beast hissed. The sharp little thorns on its body suddenly grew out. A dark black luster covered its surface, as if it could pierce through the blue sky. A huge change was happening on its head. Its fangs became even more ferocious, and a monstrous ferocious aura instantly spread out. Not good. Seeing the earth fire profound crystal beast in such a state, Xiao Yan's head buzzed. He instantly recalled that he and Lin Jian had left the Purple Radiance sect a few months ago. On the way to the Xiao clan, he met a black-robed man in a vast and deep forest. That guy called himself the Ji Wu. He had the unique ability to control beasts. Under such circumstances, it was exactly the same as before. This black-robed man, he was most likely the one who had escaped. Xiao Yan did not dare to be neglectful when he thought of this. He swallowed the medicine pill in his mouth. The origin monarch chi within his body curled and formed 2 large fire wings on his back. As the fire wings vibrated, Xiao Yan had already soared into the sky. This was the effect of the fire wings pill. Xiao Yan was already familiar with the strength of flying. Now that he was flying, he did not have the slightest obscure feeling. After familiarizing himself with it, he rushed towards the black-robed person. If this fellow was allowed to control the earth fire profound crystal beast, it would definitely be a huge trouble for his side. While the earth fire profound crystal beast was hissing, Jade Fairy also sensed something. She could not help but look at the sky where the former was. When she saw the appearance of the earth fire profound crystal beast, she could not help but be slightly lost in thought. Seeing Jade Fairy noticing the movements of the black-robed person, Yin Juxuan's expression was cold. He clenched his teeth tightly and rushed towards Jade Fairy. Black chi lingered on his hands and his 5 fingers were closed, like a sharp blade that cut through space. Jade Fairy came back to her senses. She frowned slightly and then smiled coldly. Her beautiful eyes were filled with fury. She didn't hold back her strength and poured it into the jade sword in her hand. In an instant, a green sword light that was almost 1,000 feet long slashed towards Yin Juxuan. Yin Juxuan's facial expression changed drastically. He hurriedly stopped his violent movement. He circulated his gloomy qi and unleashed the great Yin spirit arts to its limit, turning it into a black barrier in an attempt to block the attack. While Jade Fairy and Yin Juxuan were fighting, Xiao Yan had already rushed towards the black-robed man. He circulated the white tiger arts in his body. Following the gathering of the origin monarch qi, the figure of a white tiger appeared behind him. Following a furious roar from the horizon, the white tiger leapt out. The first style of the white tiger arts, the white tiger spirit sealing flash. Xiao Yan did not stop attacking with the first form. The seal in his hand was not slow at all. Immediately after, another movement that was different from the previous movement of the white tiger gathered behind him. A white tiger that was even colder than the previous one was quietly formed. Second movement of the white tiger arts, white tiger sky-shattering strike. The second movement of the white tiger arts already had the power of a high-grade monarch spell. This attack instantly turned the mountain below into ashes. Two white tigers rushed towards the black-robed man in different positions. The black-robed man who was focused on controlling the blood-red chains sensed the attack. The blood-red eyes underneath the black robe flashed with a red light. He looked at Xiao Yan and was startled as well. It's that guy. In an instant, the black-robed man recognized Xiao Yan. After all, he was the one who caused him to fail for the first time. The black-robed man's memory of Xiao Yan was still fresh in his mind. All right, I'll kill you right here. The black-robed man smiled sinisterly. His voice was filled with coldness. Last time, he was defeated by Lin Jian and Xiao Yan together. In order to recover his strength, he had paid a huge price. Today, he had to let this guy know the scariness of Ji Wu. Facing the two roaring white tigers, the black-robed man didn't move. Just as he was about to strike his body, a heaven-shaking roar was heard. In the next moment, a red light flashed and appeared beside the black-robed man, blocking both of Xiao Yan's attacks. Xiao Yan's pupils suddenly shrunk to the size of a needle's eye. The red light retreated. It was the ferocious-looking earth-fire profound crystal beast. The man's eyes were red, and his body was filled with a ferocious aura. His strength had broken through to the monarch emperor, and had reached the emperor cultivation. The sky was filled with a ferocious aura that blotted out the sky and covered the earth, causing the entire canyon to fall silent. In the sky, the ferocious earth-fire profound crystal beast's eyes were glowing with a blood-red light, just like an ancient ferocious beast. Jade Fairy's pretty face changed slightly. The strength of the earth-fire profound crystal beast had actually reached the emperor cultivation. This had exceeded her expectations. Was it done by that guy? She cast her gaze towards the black-robed man behind the earth-fire profound crystal beast. A trace of seriousness appeared in Jade Fairy's pretty eyes. What kind of secret arts was this? It could actually control the heavenly beast. After barely dodging Jade Fairy's sword beam, Yin Juxuan looked at the torn coiled python robe with a cold gaze. After that, he sneered and looked at Jade Fairy. How is it now? Can you block two Emperor Cultivation warriors by yourself? Jade Fairy's expression returned to calm. She ignored Yin Juxuan and turned to Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan, the two of you work together to deal with the earth-fire profound crystal beast. I will help you once I finish off Yin Juxuan. Xiao Yan nodded his head when he heard this. His expression was unprecedentedly solemn. The strength of the Xiao Ao was only at the monarch emperor level. It was really difficult to deal with this crazy emperor cultivation level heavenly beast. While Xiao Yan nodded his head, a fiery light flew out from Xiao Yan's body. It trembled slightly in the air before transforming into a Xiao Ao. The latter's large eyes stared at the earth-fire profound crystal beast in front of him the moment he appeared. The playful smile on his small face was no longer there. When he heard Jade Fairy's words, Yin Juxuan's face couldn't help but tremble. His face instantly turned ashen. He had dominated the star-severing mountain range for many years, and since he had advanced to the Emperor cultivation, no one had ever looked down on him like this. The fury in his heart could be imagined. When he saw the Xiao Ao come out of Xiao Yan's body, Yin Juxuan's face instantly turned pale. He had never thought that this red-haired little boy would be hiding in Xiao Yan's body. Sect Master Yin, don't worry. A mere monarch emperor and a monarch spirit can be killed in an instant. As if he could feel Yin Zhuxuan's nervousness, the man in black spoke coldly. His words were filled with a strange feeling. At the same time, he raised his palm and extended his 5 fingers. With a dazzling speed, he formed a mysterious seal. The earth-fire profound crystal beast's eyes flashed with a violent crimson color. After that, it let out a painful roar. The dark black flames around its body soared into the sky, as if it was tearing apart the sky. The earth-fire profound crystal beast rushed towards Xiao Yan and the Xiaoao. After hearing the words of the black-robed man, Yin Zhuxuan slightly recovered his strength. His eyes flashed with a cold light as he stared at Jade Fairy. He suddenly opened both of his hands, and endless black qi was emitted from his body. One could even hear the wails of ghosts and howls of ghosts, as if a group of devils was dancing. As expected of Yin Zhuxuan, he has already comprehended the great Yin spirit arts to such an extent. Although he is not as talented as Yin Kang, he still has some abilities. Jade Fairy revealed a faint smile when she saw the black qi that seemed to cover the sky and cover the sun. It was as if a senior was carefully evaluating a junior. Dark soul. Black lines covered Yin Zhuxuan's face, and a vertical eye actually appeared on his forehead. Black light circulated within the vertical eye, and behind him, endless black qi slowly condensed, turning into 100 jong tall Holy Spirit transformation, looking down at the world. Jade Fairy raised her head to look at the black Holy Spirit. There was no trace of shock on her pretty face. She put away the jade sword and slowly raised her delicate hand to look at Yin Zhuxuan. In the end, the great Yin spirit arts is only ranked 7th on the Yin scroll. Although this dark soul of yours is the ultimate secret arts of the great Yin spirit arts, which is comparable to the monarch arts, it is still too weak. As soon as she finished speaking, Jade Fairy's 10 fingers moved. A continuous stream of origin monarch qis gushed out from the top of her head, turning into black qi that filled the sky. Unlike Yin Zhuxuan's black qi, there was a dazzling golden color in Jade Fairy's black qi. Great Yin burial technique, Yin burial. Jade Fairy was beautiful. She looked at Yin Zhuxuan, her eyes moving. Her mouth opened slightly. The next moment, the sky was filled with black qi. In the middle of the black qi, a huge golden door rolled out from it. On top of the huge door were engraved obscure characters, as if it was coming out from the bottom of the 9 abyss. It was filled with a frightening murderous aura. Seeing Jade Fairy's secret arts, Yin Zhuxuan was terrified. He had also learned some things about the Yin scroll from the Great Yin Spirit Arts Scroll. The Great Yin burial technique was ranked 3rd among the 9 Yin scrolls, and it was said that it could bury all living things. Initially, he thought that it was just a legend, but after seeing it today, the terrifying qi within it made him feel extremely terrified. How is this possible? The Yin scroll has been missing for many years. How could you possibly know the Great Yin burial technique? Yin Zhuxuan roared madly, his face filled with disbelief. The black lines on his face looked even more ferocious. Jade Fairy's expression was indifferent. Her jade-like hands moved lightly, and a golden Yin burial gate flowed out from the black qi, releasing an endless amount of power. On Xiao Yan's side, the earth-fire profound crystal beast's strength had increased dramatically after going berserk. They could not feel any pain. It was like a war machine that could only be used to kill. Facing such a formidable enemy, the Xiaoao was also fully immersed in the battle. Its eyes were flickering with a purple golden light, and the qi on both of its hands was swirling around. The wild and violent qi that it emitted caused the earth-fire profound crystal beast, who had lost its consciousness, to pause for a moment. The two of them were in a deadlock for a moment. Xiao Yan and the black-robed man were confronting each other. He was unable to guess the latter's means. The Jiu Wu's abilities were mysterious and unpredictable. Xiao Yan could only deal with them with caution. The expression underneath the black robe was cold. His blood-red eyes looked in the direction of Yin Zhuxuan and Jade Fairy. The black-robed man couldn't help but be startled. Yin Zhuxuan's great Yin spirit arts had almost no power to resist Jade Fairy's great Yin burial technique. The golden door of Yin burial pressed down, causing Yin Zhuxuan's black holy spirit to crumble inch by inch, and it almost disappeared from the world. Xiao Yan was also attracted by the battle between the two of them. The sky was filled with endless black chi. The entire canyon was covered by it. In the sky, the black holy spirit that was 1,000 feet in size was wailing. Above its head, the huge golden door looked like the vast heavenly court, shaking the world. This is the strength of an emperor cultivation? Xiao Yan clicked his tongue and exclaimed. This technique had surpassed the ordinary people, and it didn't belong to the same level. Great Yin burial technique. How did that woman master this secret arts? Could it be that she is from the Deacon sect in Mingan divine domain? The man in black was shocked. Although the Great Yin burial technique was only a secret arts in the Yin scroll, its power was extremely powerful. It was definitely comparable to a high-grade monarch arts. However, this kind of secret arts was a secret technique of the Deacon sect. How did this woman master it? The black-robed man didn't dare to show any neglect when he saw that Yin Juxuan was tightly tied up. His fingers moved continuously, and a frightening murderous aura suddenly erupted from the earth-fire profound crystal beast's eyes. The Xiaoao was startled, and hastily dodged. Wherever the murderous aura passed by, the air would corrode. The earth-fire profound crystal beast let out a wild roar after forcing back the Xiaoao. Its body flashed and rushed explosively towards Jade Fairy. In the blink of an eye, it had arrived in front of Jade Fairy. It broke through the layers of black chi that permeated the cave and opened its large mouth. A blood-red light pillar had already shot explosively towards the latter. Jade Fairy frowned slightly when she was suddenly attacked by the earth-fire profound crystal beast. Her jade-like hand rotated in front of her chest and instantly formed a golden light curtain that blocked the blood-red light pillar. Without Jade Fairy's control, the power of the Yin burial gate had also weakened significantly. Yin Juxuan seized the opportunity. The black sacred spirit behind him that was about to collapse roared towards the sky as if it was chanting an elegy of the elegy. The next moment, the sacred spirit clenched both of its fists tightly and injected all of its strength into the Yin burial gate. Puff! A mouthful of blood was spat out. Yin Juxuan's face turned pale. The black holy spirit behind him had completely disappeared. The golden Yin burial gate also shattered after a moment of stalemate. It turned into specks of golden light and dissipated. Oh! Jade Fairy's pretty face froze. A trace of blood also flowed out from the corner of her mouth. But compared to Yin Juxuan, her injuries were clearly much better. This is really troublesome. Wiping away the blood at the corner of her mouth, Jade Fairy's expression was cold. Her chest kept rising and falling as she casted the Great Yin burial technique, which was ranked 3rd on the Yin scroll. Even she was unable to endure it. Jade Fairy, next is the date of your death. After shattering Jade Fairy's attack, Yin Juxuan saw the earth-fire profound crystal beast that came to help him. His confidence was greatly boosted as he roared at Jade Fairy. His voice resounded throughout the canyon.